Forgot to unmute there for a second. Well met, listen, ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review, the show that is similar to Gacha Review, but isn't. And that being said, it's time to end things. Only this series, though. Minecraft Review will continue. We just, we'll do something else. Not sure what yet. We'll work it out. Got a couple of things maybe lined up. But for now, the musical trilogy that we started on Gacha Review with FAFSA, the Music Freaks, and of course My Passion, now ends with the final episode of that last one, My Passion. And yeah, I think I'm not going to say too much about the details of that situation because I saw briefly at the beginning of the video they actually do go over those things specifically. So I won't dilly-dally too much, I suppose. I mean, in fact, this would be good to have a nice bit of a short stream because I've been once again advised to keep things so I can actually get some rest at some decent time, and I hope nothing derails that whatsoever. Oh God.
So I hate to ruin your groove, okay, but this isn't the finale. We still have the true musical edition to get to.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. So the finale of the series as it was released, but for us, yeah, that's true. We did say we were going to do that and edit that at some point.
We need to see how good this works as an actual musical.
All right. Oh, Josh pointed out that episode 11 is not linked to episode 10 is... Oh, okay, yeah, I must have forgotten to change the video. If people don't remember how I do these streams, is that a lot of the time I can just duplicate them. So assuming that I remember to update the things I need to update. So
yeah, whenever you try to schedule something, it gives you an option to like reuse the settings. I never use it on the Butter Bunch, but it does do that pop-up like every time.
Yeah, saves me a chunk of time when reviewing a series, particularly. Okay, here we go. So
yeah, but I like doing it manually just because, I don't like, for instance, I wouldn't be missing a link in this instance because I would have had to do it manually, and I feel like if I don't stop to check, I will end up just forgetting something crucial at some point.
Okay. Anyways, what we did prepare is of course the video itself. So hold on. Now it's now it wasn't loading properly.
Foxy Nick here.
I loaded the thing. Okay, so I'd say without further ado on with the review, but we're gonna get an update first. So without any more time to wait, on with the update.
Hey,
there you go.
Foxy Nick here, and I'm back with another update video. Well, all by myself again. All by myself.
I assume they did a few of these, but they weren't all at the beginning of videos.
Hey, I am back and better than ever. Well, not really, but
Who are
Okay, two things. Baby sounds louder and more passionate out of character than in character half the time. Secondly, she sounds like KW, and I can't unhear it.
They do have mini games, very AFMAO-ish, but
that's
they have some passion there.
Okay. Alright, guys, what are we doing today? Nope. I hate it with a burning passion. Why does that guy look that way? He looks like a creep. That might be why it's called Date Disaster. I forgot to mention that his name is Date Disaster.
Who am I? I'm your girlfriend.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Wait, did you just confirm that Anthony has baby?
Hi, everybody. I'm back after a year.
What do you mean? That's not even a full... Okay, if you're going to make a joke out of, like, trying to confirm something, you can't just say, like, oh, Anthony has baby. That's it. Like, it's got... Okay. There's got to be, like, a bit more to the sentence before you cut it off for that to work effectively.
Medical help. Not really medical help, but, like, I finally got diagnosed last year, during the middle of the year, and we've been trying to do...
Okay, now I have another question. What do you mean not really medical help? That if it's a diagnosis, that's medical help, right?
So I can get back into the group.
She also said last year.
CFIDS, also known as chronic fatigue immune system syndrome, and it has not been easy. If you want to know more about CFIDS, I did make a diagnosed video, so you can go watch that and you can see what I deal with on a daily basis.
No marketing on stream.
Pretty much. And
Actually, to be honest, that also would be a good video to put in the description. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm just so glad to be back. I mean, I'm so glad to be back making my passion, you know, making it beautiful, better than ever. And of course, my passion is nothing
That didn't
about
age well,
me.
did it?
Well, I mean, technically, she is back to making my passion for one last time, and it could in fact be beautiful and better than ever. It probably won't be, because they've said that in the past and it's never been true, but you know, for now we don't know that.
It's nothing without me. Okay, come on. I am the main creator.
Okay, I'll just go home then, no big deal.
Yeah, also, Foxy Angels got thrown under the bus there. I'm pretty sure they created it together between the two sisters, right?
Okay, see y'all later.
That would be the name of the channel.
You are my teammate.
Oh, what was that?
You are the co-creator. One of the co-creators, because Foxy Angel is also a co-creator.
There we go. Yeah.
But
Notice
anyways, this is a
how
update.
little passion, for lack of a better word, that she was like, oh yeah, she's also the co-creator. Like you,
Well,
like,
I mean,
you could hear her voice like drone out at the end. They're like, oh, yeah, she's also the co-creator.
I mean, I can sort of understand that, because I mean that's just sibling energy, isn't it? You know, it's like, oh yeah, and of course I guess this goblin helps out, you know, that kind of thing.
At the beginning of the episode, saying we are really sorry that it's taken a year for this episode to come out, and there's many reasons why. Most of it is because of me, because of my medical problem I have, and like I said, if you want to know more about
yeah,
that,
this
there
came out in
is a video.
2020
It
actually.
probably will be linked in the description.
Yeah, this channel hasn't had anything in a year.
Oh no, I know that. I'm just surprised because like this series started in 2018, so that's what in my head that's where it kind of was, or early 2019. But yeah, I guess because you mentioned like taking a year, it's like, oh wait a minute, I didn't notice the upload date. Because obviously we're watching these, you know, years later, so we're not paying attention to the upload date necessarily, apart from when it concerns the order of release, because that was a bit of a concern sort of the middle way through, because of all the stuff that was released first but set in the future. We didn't know about that because they didn't say it was set in the future until later, but anyway.
That's my thing, right? That I've had a very similar experience going through the Remedy games, because it's like, oh man, it's taken so long to get to the next main entry of Alan Wake, or because that was the main reason I went on this journey in the first place. And then I'm going through and I'm on control and I'm like, but I still have so many left. And then I'm remembering, oh, that's right. People were scratching at the neck for Alan Wake 2 for years on end and got dead silence and a couple spin-offs.
I guess you're sort of experiencing a microcosm of that then.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's weird because I'm going through it and I'm like, oh, it's taken so long. But I'm just not fully processing, I guess, like, emotionally, like, hey, I'm going through this at like record speed compared to like fans who were there at the beginning.
It's kind of like the case with you know, speaking of more Butter Bunch content, it's the case with Nerdy Prudes versus Nightmare Time. Because yeah, 2 whole editions of Nightmare Time. The reason that I ignored them was because I mean, I just didn't. They just didn't grab me at first, or the first one didn't. So I was like, okay, well, they're gonna make this thing, understandably, because it's, you know, it's the uncertain times. So we're gonna wait until the time's a bit more certain, to quote Ryan George, before something else can happen, and that is indeed what happens. And then afterwards, you know, they did that Kickstarter. I backed that for a bit, and then after VHS Christmas Carol, we had Nerdy Prudes, and it was worth the wait in the end. But yeah, it was years of waiting that I guess we are kind of going forward, and now fast forward to now, I'm saying like, let's see if we can like do all the stuff before that point, rather than because it's the better conclusion. But
that's the thing, right? We don't even have to.
Which reminds me to get the poll up as well.
That's the thing, right? We aren't even ending there, right? Because like now we have an epilogue as well, which isn't a thing that would have been readily available at the time.
Yeah, so right now I'm suggesting that Nerdy Prudes be the penultimate version, but yeah, we've got to make the community poll to ask people about that. Might have to do that after this stream or something.
Yeah.
It's serious. There's no cure for what I have yet, so I just gotta stay positive. And yeah, also Foxy Nick has something to say.
About what? Which part?
About your work.
Oh, Yeah. Well, so
Rehearsals.
I
It's
don't know how many people know, but I actually work for a television studio, and
That's cool.
last year around March, they had layoffs,
That's
and
not so
about
cool.
30 people got laid off.
This was, but I said this came out in 2020. This was February 2020, so we can't blame the cough golf for this.
I got a phone call saying that I still had a job, and from that point, everything had changed dynamically in my work environment, and I had started to begin working shifts that were just kind of
Crazy?
kind of questionable at first, and then it turned into something more insane. I would put it.
Well, I've seen working 9 a.m. till midnight. Yeah, that's insane.
And, you know, I understand that there's some people out there who do work 9 a.m. to midnight
12.
as their career choice and this and that, but, you know...
The important distinction there is if they chose those shifts and they weren't, you know, forced upon them.
Somebody who already has severe insomnia as it is, trying to get on some kind of sleep schedule is impossible, especially...
Maybe they knew about the insomnia, so they decided that, oh, you know, this person can deal with it.
With that kind of thing, you know, that kind of wrench thrown in your day. And on top of that, you know, I'm always trying to help manage the team, the My Passion team, and facilitate all of the
he's been
editing
over.
and...
Oh, hold on. So we've got everything that's good. You guys forgot what mod it is, but seeing the furniture props, those coolers and lanterns, there's nostalgic because a lot of YouTubers now use this mod. Yeah. Aiden could probably tell you with more exactitude which mod this actually is. It could be DecoCraft, could be Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod. Those
I
are
don't
the two
think
that
it's
come to my head
Crayfish.
immediately. Then it's maybe DecoCraft.
My job, which is, you know, trying to organize everything, managing, because, you know, we work as a team. But when I'm out of commission pretty much, then Nick has to step in.
Ah, like Foxy.
Or Foxy Angel. Like, you know, again, I'm just ignoring.
My sister does try to step in, but
there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, and like I said, I don't know how many of you guys know what actually goes into a roleplay, but there's a lot that goes into it. And
especially when you write your own music.
The people, not, you know, not just us, of course, we know, but the people who have been with us since the beginning really know how much sweat, blood, and tears we've poured into this.
Yeah, we actually over here on this channel, we've done our fair share of Minecraft roleplays in the past, so we can understand that as well. Probably some people in the chat right now too.
Not just that, we had people leave and we had to open auditions again to find replacements. We also...
or
that is a pain that I know all too well.
Or roleplays in general as well, because we have been getting more into TTRPGs as of late. Me a bit longer, but we have been doing a lot of streaming for Quest the Rising Sun. So
this is true, although at least on our end, that's not so much of a burden because we're just player characters, and that's not even thing. Then again, actually, I understand the pain of writing your own music because I cracked open BandLab for the first time so that I could actually make the theme song. Decided now was the time that I would actually learn music at last.
Dude, I'm still waiting on that blueprint from Vin. So I can get that animation done, because I really think I could get it done in a week if I set my mind to it. I bet you I could.
Well, that's, you know, you're in luck because that's about as much time you have until the next session.
Well, it depends on when I get this blueprint.
Yeah, look, honestly, like every single version of the song is going to be like an updated version. I mean, now Nathaniel got a new instrument last time, so I have an excuse to add a guitar into it, but I got to think of if I want to do that or not. So, you know, hold on for a moment while I toss out this aged milk. Oh dear.
And probably for body acting, because we have very few body actors who, you know, are able to come on and help. But we're getting there.
This is something that actually Aiden went through for his Minecraft roleplays, particularly the ones back in the day. He's talked about this where he had to write it so that there was only ever 2 characters in any given scene, with a few exceptions, because he had like one person to help him with body acting and another person to film the scenes. So that was his that was his hold up. Why he didn't try to use custom NPCs or more player models or something to that effect, I don't know to this day, because even in current times, he seems to not like those mods particularly. But then again, who knows? Maybe this give him extra trouble like OBS does for me, and everyone else seems to be fine with it. Can happen.
Yeah. So before this update becomes 10 minutes long, all I wanted to say is work has been pretty hectic for me, and I do apologize if that does get in the way also of the release schedule or whatnot. But I think one thing that we have kind of agreed on together, Foxy Babe and I at least, we will aim to get one episode out per month, so once a month. If it doesn't happen,
but that is not guaranteed, because again, it matters. Like, it depends my health, because there are weeks that I can go without, doing anything because I'm in serious pain. I'm not able to use fingers, etc. So it's very hard. But also, Nick also has crazy work schedules, so it could also mean that he has a really crazy work schedule that week, and we can't do any body acting or.
This is a good reason, by the way, to use bullet points for your updates if you don't want to be 10 minutes long, because now they're saying the same things they did before.
Any, filming that week, but we'll try.
So, long story short is, we're going to keep making my passion, of course.
Of course!
And
there is something tragic about hearing this and knowing full well the aftermath.
Of course, yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I'm not going to comment on this particular part, because, yeah, that, of course, sealed the deal, but yeah.
Sometimes there will be a bit of an unpredictable release schedule, and if you can't handle that, then you don't have to stick around, but we do appreciate everybody's continued support and patience.
Yeah, in my experience, people, especially like roleplay watchers in general, seem to be okay with like the slowest of release schedules. Not that that's something that the one should take for granted, but it's one of the things that, particularly with Athmel back in the season 6 times of My Street, with the constant like apologies and the stress that entailed, and meanwhile, like every single comment was, "Don't worry about it, take a break, we're fine, we can wait for this," that kind of thing. It was like Keystone, like trying to keep something alive. And yeah, I guess on a personal level as well, the fact that it's almost been a year since the last actual numbered Mutant Girl episode, not counting a remake or a Christmas special.
Yeah, definitely.
All of this.
The support we get on Passion is amazing. And like
that's what I was saying.
This asking, how you're feeling. They do ask when the episode's coming out. It's like, well, it's kind of, we don't really have a release date yet, but yeah, we're getting there. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it coming out.
So this is the bottom line. We'll keep making them as long as you guys keep enjoying them.
Yep. And also, what else have we got to say, Nick? Seeing as it's been about a year.
I don't know. What else?
Again, rehearsing.
We also have a bunch of merch dropping that is My Passion theme that some you may have seen previews of, some you may not have, and
I assume it's part of what they're wearing currently, so,
To see that, make sure to stick to the end of the video, like the right end. Like, seriously, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, the very end of the video.
Trust us.
I have no idea if this merch store is still open,
yeah, so anyways,
if anyone wants to see the end of the original video, link in the description.
Long.
I'm sorry, babe. I tend to ramble.
Blah, blah, weather. Enjoy
Isn't it disturbing seeing the shaders like interact with the rain, even though it's not like actually there's like everything's liquefying around them?
Rain.
Yeah, it's
all right. Enjoy the episode.
The lighting engine in Minecraft has always been a bit strange too. It kind of permeates through blocks a little bit.
Stay foxy.
Love y'all. Bye.
Oh, that was
Bye-bye.
That was a suave line. Stay foxy. Oh yeah. All right, now, without further ado, on the review. Okay, we've got probably the one of the a rare example of a good camera angle in this series.
Oh my god!
Not to mention as well one of my favorite things actually that I wrote in a script for a different Minecraft but then didn't come out actually. The exterior of a house where you see the people in the different windows.
That was
doing
also
their
a very
thing.
good transition.
I don't know if I would say transition, because it's not transitioning from something to something, but it's a good opening.
I feel so nervous. Baby and what's his name sitting in a tree?
What?
Angel, get out.
And what's his name? Okay, now I have to question how quickly she ran down those stairs, because we saw her up in the window, and it's like, oh wait, okay, it's my daily romantic teasing of sister moment. So zoom. Also, this looks like her room, right? This is how Angel's decorated her room in the past. So who's she saying get out to? Or it's the hallway, I guess. Angel took over the hallway. And reopened the door as she left. And returned immediately. Again, something feels very different with these camera angles. Like, first of all, there are some zoom ins instead of just zooming out constantly now. Secondly, the characters aren't filmed from like 1,000 kilometers away, and they seem to be like framed and centered. So they were not putting their thumbs in the year between those uploads. This actually is generally better than ever. You know,
I was about to say I was about to say they actually made it so that way the subject is actually focused on now, and the things that no, because before, remember, they had like no what's it called, FOV? No, not FOV. What's it called whenever like things behind a subject, or in this case in front, become blurry?
Focus?
Yeah, but there's a different word for that.
Autofocus.
No. Here, I'll pull it up because I know how to do that stuff on Blender, and they have the terminology somewhere. Hold on.
All right.
Little sisters. Okay, just be cool. Hi, Tyson. Nope, that was lame. Sup, my home fry, how you doing? Too thug life. Jump.
She just shut that one down immediately.
My good sir. Definitely not.
Okay, you know what? Again, I'll say another positive now. That when I've seen this cliche done in the past, they tend to just be, you know, like subtle variations on the exact same thing. People tend to overanalyze what they're about to say and the exact delivery of it without actually. And the joke is how, you know, they're so worked up in their own brains. In this case, we can see as well that there is just clearly no idea, and everything is like a different extreme of some kind. That, to me, it feels like she's about to say, like, howdy, partner, put it there, like that kind of thing, or something in the next one, or whatever, and that would be another version. I prefer this method of the cliche.
Depth of field.
The other version. Okay, there we go.
They've started playing with that significantly more than they used to, because before that was a weird thing.
Yep.
Nope, that's it. I just won't go.
Oh, too late.
Shoot, that must be the girls.
Maybe it's in a bathroom, but a bathroom is to Angel's room. But no, it was the hallway. Just the hallway is decorated in the exact same way as Angel's room was. Anyway, I feel like this guy's calling dibs on a room because it's one of the only bathrooms. Now, it's a case of they ordered too much wallpaper for Angel's room and they had to put it somewhere. Which, bear in mind, they just moved to this house recently in order for Baby to audition for the academy. Never forget, they moved to this house before they knew that Baby was going to even get into the school.
Angel, stop that! Don't make me get a pillow. Nope, I'm out.
Just scream that to her face.
Slightly delayed reaction there. But...
Hey, girl.
Well, yeah, it's my passion. All the reactions are, but I'm just impressed they haven't done like the super long pauses this time.
Oh.
God, I'm not used to being this positive about my passion. Like this feels weird. This feels weird. This feels wrong.
Ready?
Baby Sama looks so pretty and kawaii.
I guess she looks nice.
Lola, stop being a drag.
Sorry, baby. Lola's just in a bad mood today.
But who the heck is Lola? Did I miss an episode? Who is Lola? I don't remember Lola at all.
I worked late last night. I'm sorry if some of us have jobs.
That reminds me, I gotta find a job.
Chat, did I miss something? Who is Lola?
Own a cute cafe. Maybe could ask them if maybe someone
You know,
can have
Lola.
a job interview.
Man, the Kawaii-chan facsimile and the main character of a Minecraft roleplay talking about a maid cafe, possibly working on it together. I wonder where this is going.
Really? That would be awesome, Mimi.
That was probably like a future plot point for a different episode.
If you want to be on time.
Hey, Taya.
Why does Taya get a custom greeting and not anyone else? Like, why her specifically?
Hi. Let's go.
I like how everyone else is dressed up like they should be getting ready for a date.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that they have to like hold on the entire shot of everyone like leaving, or we just gotta assume that they all walked out in canon. But no, I guess we need to we have like one more mother scene. And again, look at the difference here as well. Like, not only is it focused and centered, not only is like the depth of field, depth of fielding, but at the same time, it's in the center. Like, oh my goodness.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, I'll take a My Passion episode every year if this were if you know if in theory this would have given them the chance to make it this way.
Sure, Mum. What's up?
And yeah, they're
I
still
think you should
pausing
start
like that.
taking self-defense classes.
Wait, what? How come?
Fair enough.
I'd say this is a random thing, but I remember that my dad took my brother and I to a first like karate class without telling us probably what was actually happening. So, you know, that's not out of the question necessarily.
No reason in
I will
particular,
say,
but sweaty
whenever daughters go off to go for a date, and I think it is generally handy to know how to defend yourself.
Okay, but if that was the logic behind that, why would she bring it up right before she's going on the date?
I don't know.
Like, if someone says we should take self-defense classes, they don't usually mean right that instant. My dad did, but again, exceptions. Also, there's just one person just standing there.
soon, and I just want to make sure you can protect yourself.
Sugar.
Okay.
I do also think that there was like a sense of like impending danger that, you know, because like baby's magic was starting to show, and so the mum was actually concerned in previous episodes about that, and that's the reason I think she's talking about self-defense right now. Then again, if it's supernatural related, that might not end up giving her much mileage, but you know, she should probably take magic lessons with her grandmother because she's the witch in the family apparently.
Baby, you should join my self-defense class.
Sure, Sugar, I didn't even know you took self-defense.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm one of the top students.
Is it just me, or does or the Sugar's sleeves like go down like way more than you would expect? Like I've seen that style before of like, you know, of like the of the shoulders exposed and the bra straps on the Minecraft skins, but normally that doesn't go like that far down to like half of your arm or something.
I don't think
like
that's
the sleeves are like falling and like dangling from the end.
I don't think that's a bra strap. I think that's meant to be like a spaghetti strap.
Maybe that would make more sense for this scenario.
Oh, remind me not to mess with you.
She isn't joking either.
I mean, that would have come in handy before. Who are you, Lola? Stop pretending you're a character.
Around the other day when practicing.
Hello.
Oh, welcome
I feel
back.
like I feel like this is like it's like, you know, Mr. PB, I'm gonna call him, from Rick and Morty. We're just supposed to accept he's been there the whole time.
Am I invisible? Baby, date time.
Baby Sama, hurry!
Okay, Mum, I'm off.
She doesn't need self-defense for a date. She's got an entire mob of friends that are gonna be there with her.
Okay, sweetie, stay safe.
Yeah, but they might not always be there.
I would think not, but considering that they went to the effort of picking her up at her house, you never know. Might be one of those cases where it's like, oh, you know, let's all tag along for moral support, kind of like Caden and Travis's date in season 1 of My Streets.
We didn't really plan a meeting spot, girls.
Then call him.
Check the fountain. That's usually a great spot to meet.
Or give him a call. You probably have a contact or something.
What are we doing here?
I told you, I don't trust that guy she's meeting.
Also, I feel like that line should have been, bruv, what are we doing here? Rather than, bruv, what are we doing here?
Sounds to me like you're jelly.
That one Ghost in SB reminds me of Terra from Funklaw University. Okay. Actually, I'm pretty sure the one you're talking about is Taya, so you never know. What's popping, chat? Well, we're on the last episode of My Passion. That's what's popping.
Aw, look, he's blushing.
I'm not jealous.
Okay, now we're back to the usual cinematography of like, oh look, he's blushing. Take my word for it, because we're not going to show it.
Jealous. I'm just curious.
Just finished some lines for a disclosed project. Oh yeah, actually, I was in the middle of recording like lines for the thing with us actually, and what happened was, because beforehand I was doing some lines for Treat Pop, for the unknown villain, which has like an echo filter to it. So I then listened back to, because I was going to join in like I sat in for KW's Yu-Gi-Oh session or Yu-Gi-Oh TTRPG session, and then so I did like a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to send this over, and then realized that all of the lines of me sounded like this, so I got to redo them all. Anyway, I love My Passion. It's iconic. Yeah, I know.
What you want to say, dude?
Curiosity killed a cat, they say.
Hello,
They say.
May I take your order?
I'll have a white chocolate mocha.
I'll get a caramel latte.
I'll get a green tea.
Is this an important scene? Oh, the Travis guy says green tea, of course.
What? I don't like coffee.
I'll get a long black.
I don't know, I
Coming
think it's
right
a
up.
fine scene. It's cute.
I think this.
I mean, sure, but when you're recording a thing and they've mentioned before how time is of the essence and they're trying to get these out, it feels like that was probably not necessarily the best focus of their time.
Kind of stalkerish, but at least there's one perk.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Nope.
Oh, great. Here comes Mimi. Guys, stay quiet. She might not realize we're here.
Is one of you not? But okay, anyway.
Hi, Anthony-kun!
Oh, wait a minute. Did they just try and do the thing of like where she's like a T-Rex, so vision's based on movement?
Right, that's what I'd say. If everyone just stays still except for him.
That was one of the funniest bits with Zane and Kawaii-chan, actually, in the episode where he teaches how to be serious. Maybe her vision's based on movement. I better stay still. Hi, Zane-kun. Stay still.
So much for not being noticed.
Shut it, Zach. Hi, Mimi.
What's Anthony-kun doing here at the mall?
I'm having a coffee and hanging out with my mates.
My mates.
Okay, bye, Anthony-kun.
Very strange hearing a very American voice saying mates like that.
Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of like the Music Freaks, actually, where there's a lot of British terms in there that you don't really hear otherwise, and the VA just never question it, seemingly.
One of the strangest girls I've ever met, that Mimi.
She's just different.
Wait, hold on. There's possibly a prom episode. Okay, I'll look into this after we finish this review.
Yeah, she's kind of a sweetheart.
Okay, so the plan...
That's it. Moving on. So she's kind of a sweetheart. So why are we avoiding her exactly?
To follow them, but not stand out.
Yes, because we did that so well here in the coffee shop.
Just pay attention.
Mimi loves her coffee. It's so kawaii and rainbow.
Mimi randomly talked to herself, but did show off a good use of like, you know, still models and custom poses that I wasn't expecting. Also, is that like rainbow paint on the floor? What's spilled there exactly?
Oh no, Mimi is so sorry.
Ouch.
Mimi's so sorry she spilt your drink and it landed very conveniently in the exact order of liquids that was in the formation.
Hot and colorful.
What?
Hey, it's no.
What is happening? What was? I feel like that was like meant to be like a meet cute of some kind, but the music didn't change whatsoever, and there was like no. There's like no visual clues, just two people awkwardly staring at each other.
Mimi is so embarrassed.
It's okay. Gives my shirt a little more color.
Mimi will pay
Except it doesn't because it's behind your hair, so what do you mean?
for dry cleaning if you want.
Nah, it should wash out. My name's Shannon, by the way.
Mimi's name is Mimi.
That's a cute way you talk. I'm guessing you like anime?
Yes, because only people who like anime talk in third person. Torbeck clearly is the biggest weeb on the planet. Torbeck's name is Torbeck. Torbeck's really into Evangelion.
Loves anime.
Me too. Well, hope to see you around, Mimi.
I think Mimi and a bi woman had a moment. Potentially. That might be why the drink was rainbow colored. I still question how the liquids landed in that precise formation, but that might have been, I guess, a subtle, in quotes, clue that was meant to say, you know, this is going to be a romance sometime in the never.
Also, there was meant to be a prom episode. I don't think there is one that actually came out. There's one where
it was like announced and then okay.
There was the closest we have is one episode from 3 years ago. Jesus, called "My Passion: Looking at the Future, Goodbye to the Past" canceled, and they have the prom outfits and everything. You can tell that they must have been in the filming process, but it is actually just an announcement video, I think, saying that the series is canceled.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't look like it's the actual episode.
My neighbor Tom.
Oh, and also
that has got to be an Evantress short at some point.
Also, I think their dog died. I think that was a thing I heard at a point there.
Okay.
It's 12:15, girl. I don't think he's coming.
Sorry I'm late.
Whoops. You're not late.
You are we're precisely on time at 12:15.
Shh.
Who's saying shooting smooth? What?
Thank you.
She had to like inspect it. It's like, this is for you. What is this?
Man, I love how much this person looks exactly like Aaron.
He honestly, I don't know. I mean, I feel like between like if like this guy and Anthony fused, then you would get Aaron from that mixture. But as it happens, it seems like both of them have possibly had Aaron as a blueprint and then got reverse engineered. Also, yeah, I mean, you say maybe, but I feel like My Neighbor Torbeck is, you know, that works on its own. But yeah, a wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Yeah.
You look beautiful.
Another movie with questionable close-ups sometimes.
Mimi's back, baby Sama.
Oh, Mimi.
Mimi, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong, Kaylee Sama.
I mean, you're here to like, because baby's on a date. We're gonna just, okay, fine. I guess Mimi gets the attention now again. Of course she does.
So, I guess I should introduce you to everyone. Tyson, that's Mimi, Sugar, Kaylee, Taya, and Lola.
hold on, that's not even the ordering that they were named in. Also, Kaylee's another character that I don't know the name of. Again, chat, I'm serious, did I skip an episode? Like, we watched episode 10, right? Who are Kaylee and Lola? I'm so confused.
Maybe they were part of the series and they just happen to be all in deleted scenes.
Are they just so unmemorable that I've forgotten who they were, even though it's been less than a month since I reviewed the last episode?
Girls, this is Tyson.
Nice to meet you all.
Ah, like that guy from Percy Jackson.
I was...
I suppose, technically you are correct. What is this? Well, it is the first Minecraft musical roleplay, and the final episode of it at that.
Was thinking we could get something to eat together.
Mimi doesn't ship it.
Why did they bring her along?
Mimi, shush. There's a nice cafe on the second floor.
Oh my god. We finally get a scene where they cut from the different people who are speaking and they splice the footage together. Okay, so someone definitely, made an update. This feels like The Guardians, actually. Because The Guardians also had like a year hiatus between uploads and came back stronger than ever. That was when Prism's like signature like abstract style started to kick in for the first time. So and the series started to make more sense than it did in the first more chaotic times. Not to say this isn't chaotic now because it still is. It's the Guardians, but there seems to be like the magical formula or something. It's like the best way to make a good Minecraft roleplay series: start making one, wait a year, continue. Drama Club episode 4 coming soon, everyone.
Man, wait until you guys see what we have cooking up.
And yeah, it turned out they learned too late, but hey, we still get one episode where they deliver on the promise of it being better than ever. Mimi looks like a crazy woman. Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mimi's like that annoying little sister, and I love her for that. True, but when you're on a date with somebody and you bring your friends for moral support, having someone say Mimi doesn't ship this is not exactly helpful. And again, I remember the cliffhanger from last episode about Tyson's intentions or whatever, but none of these characters are aware of that. They have no reason to suspect him, and that all seems to be just, I don't know.
Okay, let's start with that.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before, depth of field, yeah.
So, Tyson...
Was that Magical Me or Maniacal Me? I think it's Magical Me, probably. Which, by the way, is the title of Gilderoy Lockhart's autobiography. And we all know his favorite color is lilac, which is the same color as the sign. I wonder if Gilderoy Lockhart's got a new profession.
Well, as you know, I'm Ms. Ladies.
As you know. We were doing so well. Why did you have to ruin it with as you know?
I don't know how I feel about the girls like right behind him, but
well, where else are they gonna be?
I don't know, sitting somewhere that isn't at the dinner table for the date. What do you? I mean,
I'm more shocked they were there to begin with. Not to mention that 2 of them seem to have been invented specifically for this scene. Were they even at the slumber party in episode 8? I don't think they were.
I love art and acting. I love animals and going to the beach. Sorry if I'm talking too much.
Yeah, given by your skin color, I can definitely believe you go to the beach often. You are a white man, okay? You should be significantly more tan.
He takes very good care of himself.
Will you end up going for a lead role in the musical?
Possibly.
Shoot, I still gotta write that.
If you need help, baby, I'm here for you.
Mimi needs to make some more fabulous costumes.
No, Bonnet, it's not that I disagree with bringing the girlfriends to the date. I think that's fine. I just don't necessarily think they need to sit at the table.
Yeah, I mean... yeah, this was the same issue that we did mention that it was an odd choice in like the My Street 3-parter, but yeah. It's not impossible that, you know, this would be an idea, especially if someone would feel more comfortable in that situation. That probably also implies there'd be a future date where they'd be alone together if things go well, but yeah. His voice is goofy, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah. Again, don't mind that necessarily, because sometimes the goofy voices are the fun ones. And yes, Baby is more tanned than he is, correct. What's that on Tyson's face? It's like floating pixels. That might be because of either restream or because of how they're playing with depth of field.
The Bi woman also had that. Whenever they got somewhat close to the side of her face, you could see like 2 specks of something, and I thought that it was the screen being blurry or something. But then you can see her head move, and it moved with it. So that tells me.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that could be an issue with like the extra layer of skins. Yeah.
Oh, Baby's writing that as well.
Wow, Baby, you seem really talented.
Here are your breadsticks, sir and madams.
Well, Bon, again, the main reason that women bring a lot of their friends over to a date is mainly for safety, but the issue is not bringing them. That is normal. It's sitting at the table. They could have sat in like the waiting hall or something.
In the case of Caitlyn in the My Street episode, she brought them along, or I think Travis might have suggested it to bring them along so Caitlyn would feel more comfortable. Not like Caitlyn would have an issue with you know, her own safety or anything, because she spends like half of that season pummeling Travis anyway. So yeah, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But in this case also, this isn't a blind date. Tyson, I think, he was at least introduced last episode, and they seem to like have a good rapport. So yeah, they decided like, yeah, let's you know, we'll meet you at the mall at an unspecified time, unspecified place, and we'll do an unspecified thing because we didn't plan anything. But you know, apart from that, you know, minor snafu there, this was I was gonna say premeditated. That sounds terrible. It was thought of. They knew who they were.
Also, I know you're talking about Baby's friends, so am I.
Yeah, these are all Baby's friends, including the ones that we didn't know.
Yeah, there are like 2 people here that we've never seen, but you know.
Yeah.
I might say, you are as lovely as...
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, yeah, one of the lines in here where he says, like, here you are, sir, and madams, kind of implying that, you know, he's like, I feel like it was sort of like, here you are, sir and madams, or something like that, rather than just like, here's your breadsticks, sir, because, you know, I guess you're the one who would want them. Oh, wait, there's several madams here. I guess that's for the whole table. I didn't see all the women here.
Oh, God, it's like that one, what's that one restaurant? They did a whole video about this on Food Theory. Was it Chipotle? It might have been Chipotle. I don't know. Where they wanted to test, because there's a big rumor about, like, oh, women tend to get, like, less food than men whenever they like scoop it and everything. So they did a whole episode about that.
Oh, you mean like they order less food? You mean like they actually receive a smaller portion despite ordering the same thing?
Yeah, Matt Pat himself even mentioned this in a few of the GT Live videos where it's like, I feel like whenever we order the exact same thing, that Steph gets like significantly less than me, like every time. So they did a whole video about it. They ended up debunking it, but you know, maybe in this instance it is accurate.
Well, I mean, I don't know that necessarily, because first of all, it's one dish for the entire table. Second of all, you know, this implies that if you thought that the sir was the only person who ordered the food, that would have been not a case of, you know, ordering the same food and getting less of it. That'd be the case of not ordering the food and getting none.
Thank you.
Taya, how did you even know about this restaurant?
Well, I've eaten here before, and the food is very good.
Taya, I must ask you, as a new person to this town that I am, how did you, a person who's lived here for longer, know about this restaurant that I've never heard of? Me, a new person to this town. What a rare occasion this must be.
Oh, okay.
I can see why. It's very nice.
So, I've told you a bit about myself. How about you tell me something about you?
What would you like to know?
Hobbies, pets, interests, and family?
Well, I guess singing and writing songs are a couple of my hobbies. Don't have any pets, but I would love a dog.
Okay, just to address the chat quickly. So BB's saying here that she doesn't think that he was told about the friends coming. I forgot if he was or not in the last episode. And if it's and if he wasn't told, that's significantly a worse look on Baby. Because I mean, if you want to bring friends for because to feel safer or anything, or to feel more comfortable, then that's fine. But I feel like that should probably mean like at least disclose that first.
I probably wouldn't.
Well, I mean, imagine you're on a date and particularly somebody's like, okay, I've saved up for enough for like 2 people. Suddenly,
well, okay, I'm
like,
obvious again. I bring up I would not expect them to sit at the table.
That's not what I'm talking about right now.
Like, I'm not expecting the meal for the whole group.
I mean, okay, and also it creates a sense of like false expectation because if you invite someone on a date with the idea of like being alone with that person, and then they suddenly show up surprisingly with a few friends, then you're going to feel well, first of all that they're not an honest person, but secondly, like you'll be disappointed. And you don't want that as like an impression on a date. So I would say, okay, fine, I want to bring some friends for XYZ reason. And you're like, okay, all right, I understand that. And then you move on from there. So everyone's on the same page. Again, if the point of a date is to see if someone's compatible in a relationship, you want to start with a point of trust, don't you? Or communication at the bare minimum.
Interesting. I would honestly just keep the whole thing quiet. They can go off to like another table or something. Just pretend like they aren't there.
I'm not talking about the friends in this case. I'm talking about like, it would be a bad look on Baby if she didn't say anything for the reasons I said before. Like the friends we got at a different table, I agree with you with, but the rest of it, like, again, it feels like a betrayal.
And it's just my mom and my sister for family.
What happened to your father?
I disagree.
I don't like talking about it. Please don't make me. All I have from him are my
Okay, the please don't make me thing, bit extreme there because it's like you're just asking out of like a sense of curiosity. It's like he's trying to pressure her or anything. It was like the one time he asked, it's like, okay, fine, I won't say anything.
memories, a songbook, and this hebo.
You alright, baby?
Yeah, I just need some air.
I didn't mean to make her upset.
It's just a touchy subject.
I miss you so much.
This is gonna be the song? No, not yet. Okay.
What are you doing, pretty princess?
What are you doing standing here by yourself?
Not now, Anthony.
In a public place.
Please leave me be.
Fair enough. I just wanted to warn you, you shouldn't trust that guy in there.
You mean Tyson? Why? He has been so sweet to me.
Yeah, see? She doesn't even distrust him right now. So if she didn't tell him about the friends, all the more reason in this case.
Right, but it's a first date, though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that she seems to trust him. So she probably wouldn't have
you shouldn't assume that they're going to do something, but you should always be prepared.
That's, yeah, okay, but in the case of Baby, again, from her perspective, if she trusts him, then then it would seem weird to surprise him in such a way. If she indeed did surprise him, because again, I forgot what they actually said in the last episode.
One jealous? What are you even doing here?
I had to get a new guitar string for my guitar.
Yeah, right.
Let's go, dude, and get that guitar string.
Oh, he hasn't even got the string yet, jeez. If I were Anthony there, I would probably said why she shouldn't trust him, because that would probably help his case. And now we get the song number.
Every night, I miss you more. Distractions in the day.
Okay, so before we continue, we just saw the scene where she says, I miss you," looking out towards the fountain. I thought it was going to be a number there, and then Anthony interrupts that, and now we have the song. I think those scenes should have played backwards. So we should have had, the song first, and then afterwards, maybe she comes back to the vision or doesn't actually move that much. And then Anthony says a thing. That being said, I'm excited to figure out what they've improved on the musical numbers, because this might be the best chance we have of a good concluding musical number in this show.
Just for a second, I forget the pain that it pains me to say.
Just for a second, I forget the pain, and it pains me to say. Okay, so the lyrics aren't any better than they were a year before this.
No, okay, no, that makes quite a bit of sense, actually.
Yes, but as far as like the effectiveness of saying that, you don't want to have certain words repeat too quickly after each other, otherwise it seems clunky. Grammatically, there's nothing wrong with it, but still. That doesn't count. That's anaphora. That's deliberate.
Well, I imagine the other one was deliberate too. I mean, it's not an uncommon trait in grief.
Well, the concept of pain is not an uncommon trait, but I mean,
no, the idea of feeling pain. No, the idea of feeling pain for forgetting about said pain.
Right. Again, there's other ways that you can actually express that. You can say, like, for example, feeling the pain and it hurts me to say. That would have worked. Or even you could just say the word grief and it pains me to say. Or grief and hurts me to say if you really want to be, But again, it's that repetition that would not put in a song. And if this were a thing that was actually on the top of somebody's head, then sure. But the thing is that in most musicals, that's part of the disbelief that you suspend, is the fact that they come out with this, perfect rhyme scheme every single time, and like this with like a full verses and chorus, and it seems perfectly elaborate in their own heads. That's just the medium itself,
I guess. I don't know. I prefer it the way it was.
Yeah, it's hard for me to describe sometimes, because like when I look at certain scripts and I see words that are repeated like after each other, I think I did that to like a Bond script that he sent me just now actually, but just like one thing at the very end. Anyway,
yeah. I know though. I actually like the lyric.
Looking back to the past, memories that seem to last.
Alright, see you, Bond.
Girl who was lost. A bond between her dad and the dreams that she had.
Okay, very funny thing, but also actual, like, oh, that's cool. So, cool. I like the violin. I like violins. Always sounds good, and it's always sounds good music. They're cool. But also, I think she said Bond, but I heard bomb, which has a significantly funnier.
Yeah, no, I heard bomb as well, but I then realized we said like between her and her dad. I'm gonna rewind this actually because I think the rhyme scheme has like shifted significantly, and I'm not sure. I'm just gonna try to place it. Okay, hold on. So we have like the girl in the past to last. Okay, so that's A and A.
A little girl who was lost.
This is B.
A bond between her dad.
And that's C. So we've got A, B, C right now.
And the
I feel like I'm back in English lit class now.
dreams that she had.
Okay, another C in the odd number this time.
Helped her along.
Okay, I guess lost and along could almost be half rhymes maybe, so that could be closing up that bit there, but we're also I think we're now going to have 2 more lines supposedly to finish off with like 4 couplets. Nope, I guess not. We just have the 6. Okay.
Dang it. It dropped back into the normal like beat. I was actually kind of digging the way the instrumentals were heading there for a second. The
yeah, I think
like,
it was
the rising of the violin in both instances felt very powerful, especially during that first one where it's like boom, boom, it's so good. But also, it felt like as soon as she stopped, you could hear almost like a void, like air, which was an interesting touch, and I was excited to see if maybe they're going to experiment with different like audio design for that. But now we're back to it's like, oh well.
Maybe. I will say you're right about like the effect of the violin coming, because we were talking about this yesterday in terms of treat pop songs and how that just introduced like random extra instruments that didn't really quite need to be there. First of all, the violin was actually quite quiet, so it's not like overwhelming. It
On
was
the
in
second
the key
one, the first time the violin popped up, it was a bit loud, but I
Okay.
didn't hate it. I
Yeah,
actually
well,
liked that.
I guess everything got quieter towards like the second verse, because we came out of the chorus, and that's something you sometimes see, by the way, where like they take a step back, usually reserved for the bridge, but sometimes for the second verse, and then that's I guess that was what they tried there. On top of, I guess, also changing up the rhyming scheme and the pairings of the lines. Okay. I appreciate them trying to experiment with the way that they've actually, they obviously write the song itself.
Yeah.
But I don't think it worked in this case. But sometimes you gotta try stuff and fail for them to to figure out.
Well, okay, I agree, but I think if they kept in that direction, it would have. I think it falling flat is whenever it goes back to this more traditional rhythm that they were at.
Maybe, well, I don't know. It's just because it feels like, because again, like the human brain is like conditioned in certain ways. But at least nowadays, as we've conditioned ourselves with how we've written music, to look out for certain patterns, and whenever those seem to be disturbed, it always comes up, and I'm like, okay, that's a weird thing. I hear that sometimes in some other songs. There's like a Star Bomb song for Mario Party that has more or less the same issue, but that's towards the second verse, fittingly.
Well,
sometimes
I really like whenever I like violins and drums in general. Those might be my favorite instruments, but I think what was also cool is hearing that almost air-like noise whenever she stopped, and I was excited to see if she would play with that noise, because that's a sort of thing that happens a lot in Poe music, in the Haunted album, where a lot of that music will, like for the titular song Haunted, right? It'll play with echoes, it plays with almost a choir noise, it plays with like that characteristic like woo kind of like ghost noise used as a filter at the end of certain words. It's very unorthodox, but it comes out really well. And so I like when things experiment a little bit with the instrumentals there, and I thought it was heading in a neat direction.
Oh well. Not KW, what am I saying? Why say KW? Ghost Kitty said, another song I'm favorite from the series, really. Says something when it's probably the last song in the series. Yeah, maybe they just wanted, I'd say one last hurrah. They were planning to make more of these, so that's actually not the case. But yeah, just after the year, they seem to have learned how to do everything better. I still think that Everyone's a Star is my personal favorite, but I can see why this won't be someone's favorite, yeah. There's something to hear about the tree pop stream on this. But you see, I bring this up as a contrast. That's probably why I did this episode today, actually, because I wanted to have more examples of why to either rip into music or to appreciate it. In this case, almost the former with this show. There's a sun setting in the background.
Oh, see, okay. And this is another instance where that violin noise would have really helped, right? Because with her using you and elongating that, I can absolutely picture that going along with the rhythm that is with bum bum bum, and having that last bit sink in with it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would have to be like a bit more legato than what she did there because of how violins are structured. If you want to go along with it, it would have to be, instead of like hoo 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 hoo, it would have to be like ooh. So the violins
sure.
Like, yeah, but yeah, close enough. still being liquefied from the outside now.
The song that fills me with.
And there's the
whoa.
tune. I paused at the
Notice how we
wrong
were really
moment.
complicating it there, and then you tried to artificially improve your voice, and it automatically set off red flags?
Yeah. Like,
maybe you should have just stuck with your guns.
well, I mean, I think sticking with her guns was, you know, trying to like have because these must have been the notes like in her head, but then they possibly didn't like translate properly. Like it could have like definitely done like a "You're the sun that's in my heart," or instead of like "You're the sun that's in my heart," you know.
I
like
still
it
feel
works
like
the
this
same way.
song. I will say, I think this song still struggles with the same issue that every other song has had in this musical, which is that it'll go and then it feels like it's gonna swell, and then it never does.
Yeah, because the thing is that now we've got to the point where, you know, usually with like with high notes in a musical number particularly, is where the person starts to belt. But the thing is that like in almost every single song that Baby particularly has sung, some of the other characters too, but mostly Baby, whenever it gets to those lines, there's just no belting whatsoever, and it just becomes like a you know, that kind of thing. It's like not really.
Song that makes me smile, the song that keeps me strong, but when it's all said and done, I miss you, I miss your hugs.
Okay, I wouldn't have like had a collapse to the ground there, but sure. I think I know what they were going for there. She was like opening up her arms and actually fell down because, you know, she was thinking that she was going to hug him. Which, by the way, would have been a good chance to actually introduce like a character there that seemed to be the dad, and then have them like fade somehow. That might have worked.
Say, they did a similar thing for Epic during the live stream. You can't find these anymore. Under an official thing, you can still find VODs, but they had animatics for the stream, and one of the tail end animatics had Odysseus reaching for his mom.
Yeah.
And we saw it from like a back view of Odysseus, and we see him reach and fall over, and then it switches to a shot of seeing that actually they had a bunch of distance between Odysseus and the mom was further away from the ship.
Yeah.
And that's a really cool way of doing that concept.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have added one more chorus there, potentially. If they're not going to do that. Well, maybe they are, because they still carry on. The instrumental is not faded yet.
I miss you.
There we go. That being said, because of the way that you know, the bridge was so high-pitched, I would have changed the key here, actually. You know, at least gone like one up, if nothing else.
Yeah, after hearing that, this don't even sound like the same person.
Miss you. I miss you. I miss you.
VIP Pets. Sounds like a name the Winx Club would come up with. Okay, that is definitely says Magical Me. I can see that now. That was reaching out and scooting close to her father disappeared. Yeah, like that's what I thought, but there was no father there, so they should have had a character that was like who was there and then they faded.
I didn't mean to make you upset.
It's okay. You don't really know.
I'll be right back. I just gotta take this phone call.
Oh no, pink phone. He's in Pop Josephine's gang.
Yeah, she's here. Send in the little girl.
Like, okay. So I know that in some situations, like, you know, in other role plays, they have a character who goes off and then it turns out, you know, they have like some sort of like, you know, secret intentions. Then they eventually adopt an evil smile. They don't immediately go for the evil smile right off the bat. Even
or the
Xavier
voice
wasn't.
like
Even
listen
Xavier
to
wasn't
that.
that obvious.
It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then it's like, oh, sorry, I have to take that call. Yeah, she's here.
At least the music change was appropriate, but my goodness. Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's obviously a joke, and I think it worked really well. I like that.
I like it. It sounds like an angry commissioner or J. Jonah Jameson, one or the other.
Oh no, it reminds me of those you remember the slap your games where it was like slap your teacher, slap the burglar, slap your boss?
Nope, never heard of those.
Oh, okay. It was like puzzle games where you had to solve little puzzles to find like little collectibles to like brutally kill the subject of the game.
Yeah.
In just a bunch of horrific ways. Sometimes actually slapping, usually worse. Generally very gory. And they don't have any lines, if I recall correctly. And so it just is that gibberish. It's like angry Charlie Brown speak.
Yeah. Just like it's the same like a trumpet, but like out of key.
Yeah.
For it. We are in front of the Whimsical Cafe on the 2nd floor.
Whimsical Cafe? It's called Magical Me. That's a name.
Yes, I know she has to be alive. Jeez.
I'll get you your pictures of Spider-Man, okay? Give me a bit.
You're talking.
Yes, no, Jonah. I'm not bringing back Spider-Man's corpse. I'm just a photographer.
Okay. See you after. So how are you feeling? Did you want to go home? Stay?
I like how the fact she's staring at the ground like that is actually somewhat realistic. Just like zoned out.
Hey, baby, you okay?
Man, her name being
sugar.
Baby, I hate it sometimes because it just sounds like she's flirting with her sometimes. Hey, baby, you okay?
Yeah.
I might head home though.
Then again, her name is Sugar, so she's not much better.
Bro, look at Bobblehead over here.
Excuse me.
Oh well, yeah. I didn't know the Powerpuff Girls were canon to this universe.
Can you help me? My name's Amber.
Sure, sweetie.
Oh,
What's wrong?
I guess a third character
lost
that we
my-
didn't know before showing up is okay.
Well, look, at least she introduced herself. We're not supposed to like accept that she's been here the whole time.
Please help me.
Tyson reminds me of a rip-off Ivan, but that evil smirk reminds me of Ian. So somewhere we had a smoke, but I forget the episode. Yeah, the difference between Ivan was not a twist reveal. He was always, shown to be, what he was. Even when he was trying to seem like he was a good person to Lucinda. Just like, now of course, I am a completely changed man. Why don't you give me another chance, Lucinda? Like, yeah, no one was falling for it.
Where was she last?
She was in the car park last.
Okay, let's go.
I'll come along too.
Same.
I mean, no one said you
Poor little
couldn't.
doll.
But what about your other friends?
They'll be
They'll all go. Get in, losers, for finding a missing child's parents.
fine. This won't take long.
It's like, do they need to follow Amber? Okay, never mind.
What a goofy little side plot. I love it.
Yeah, also, shouldn't Amber be in the lead?
I'll take the little girl down to her mom.
He is an
You two stay
Illuminati
here.
back there? Did we see that before? I didn't see that earlier.
No, I didn't see it either.
That-
I guess we know what's a secret order he works for now.
I'm gonna use the bathroom while we wait.
TMI.
What? It's not TMI. Just that everyone says they're going to go to the bathroom.
No, I usually just stick with that. I'm gonna go do something real quick.
That sounds more suspicious. That sounds like you are going to take a phone call from a secret organization.
Yeah, but that could be anything. I could be taking an evil phone call. I could be using the restroom. I could be having a piece of toast. I could be grabbing water. Who knows? Maybe I'm taking out the trash. Maybe I got called. I don't know. Who knows?
God, I'm just imagining you on. Just imagining you on a date now. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do something. Okay, fine. And then your date's there where it's like, oh, I just gotta do something. I saw her walk directly into the restroom. Nothing suspicious here. What do you think, surprise friends?
Again, he wouldn't know about them.
Well, they'd be there. They would have arrived at that point, unless you go to the bathroom right before the friends show up. Convenient timing.
Sure. But like, I wouldn't tell him that I brought anyone, even for like the whole day. I'd wait a couple dates first.
Wait, you wait? Okay. So what you're saying is that you would have the friends be there as like secret observers, like you wouldn't know they were there. Okay, that's different to what I was saying before, because the way that this was phrased, it would seem like, a case of like, okay, these friends are here to keep me company on this date. Where it seemed like it was like, that's why I was saying that should have been disclosed beforehand. If you want people to be there in secret, then yeah, of course, that would ruin the situation.
No, I just mean they're off at like another table or a bench or something, just in case something goes horribly wrong.
I understand. Okay, that makes more sense now. That's what I was getting at before. Okay.
You guys were sitting here acting like I was crazy. I was like, man, I just don't want to get insulted or nothing.
You want to... I thought you meant you were going to show up with like 4 other people and just introduce them all at them.
No! No!
Okay! Alright, fine. Okay. Glad that's cleared up. Moving on.
Thank you for finding my daughter.
Thank you so much for helping me, miss.
No problem.
The last time I saw my mother, she was in the parking lot. We found her in the parking lot. What a lovely side quest that was.
I imagine it was probably a situation of like the mom went to go use the restroom or something, and the kid got like lost.
The mom just said, "I'm gonna go do something," and then she didn't know.
No, the kid went off to go do something, and then he came back, and then mom was gone. Oh, there's a person. Oh, what? Well, an evil waiter. Is that the waiter?
It seems like something's gonna happen right now. The music being this horrifying.
Oh, that's not a waiter.
Man, he just like jumped over that immediately.
Yeah. Okay, so I was hesitating from saying this because I thought it'd be too absurd. But as it turns out, it was not.
My passion, nothing's too absurd. Go on.
So during that whole thing, I was like, oh, this is how he could get her away. But no, that's fine, because she has like 5 other people with her. She can just grab someone else as well, right? Like I would have assumed with that many people, it wouldn't have just been delegated to one person to follow her on the side quest, right?
Yeah, well, I guess because she decided like the after she decided after Sugar and Tyson both said they were going to follow her, she then said, "I'm going to take the girl to her mum by herself for no reason." They accompanied her just down the hallway. And then decided, like, okay, now's the time we should split up.
Right?
Lord knows what happened to Sugar. She's probably dead by this point. Anthony. Tyson disposed of her because she was in the way.
Too many witnesses, yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Baby is near alive. Sugar, on the other hand, maybe she's the one who needed the protection this whole time.
Right, yeah. That's why it's generally rule of thumb to bring 2 people with you, and not just one.
And Baby had 4!
Right? She went overboard!
They invented 2 extra people and didn't use them! I guess it just goes to show, you can improve the visuals, but you can't polish a script.
So foolish.
Also, would have been a huge twist if like the mother and the baby were like in on it or something. Like it turned out that the baby was like a child operative of some kind, and there was no mother. Like how they all got out of the car and then they walked over and stood like in the shadows away from the action.
Oh, but they're the evil shadow government of the Illuminati.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't think I'd have to explain this, but okay. So
you know when someone talks like this and they have like a filter over their voice, usually that's to disguise them, granted, but they only have that when they're actually over a computer or something, and there's something for a filter to be applied over.
Yeah, so that's why that exists in you go and you look at interrogation tapes. A lot of the time the suspect or convict or whatever has like that super deep voice and the little like yellow dot or whatever. That's why.
Yeah, could you just imagine like a police report going like, okay, right, I'm gonna start the recording soon. Time of day is 3:38 p.m. Oh, surprise musical number, villain song. Dude,
ending this on a villain song would rule.
Come on.
Also, don't let the guy with the deep voice sing, because that'll ruin the whole thing. Okay.
We are the Illuminati.
Going quite smoothly. Everything is going to plan. Soon there won't be a thing to stop me. Every little detail put into place.
Okay.
Okay, no, stop.
Place?
Stop everything. Oh god. Okay. So not only is there auto-tune over the speaking parts of this, as well as like the parts like, can you imagine that for like "Be Prepared" or something? It's like, I know
that's
or as big as a warthog's backside, and then goes in like, but think as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride.
That may as well have been what happened, man. Okay, so I think I've told this before, but my one little Disney flex is that I saw the Lion King remake a few days before anyone else did, because I had a friend who worked in the theater. That was very cool, which means I was also one of the first people to whine about it. Because got to... It was okay for a little bit. I was like, oh, this is because you have to remember, no one knew what to expect with these things, right? This was one of the first like Disney remakes of this era, right? And so
I feel like people knew what to expect with live action Disney by this point.
Not during live action Lion King. That was still fairly recent. We haven't gone through like 5 billion different awful like live action Disney remakes by that point.
At least 5, but you know.
But no, we got there and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, this is decent. And then we get to Be Prepared, and I'm like, man, this is hardly even a song. This is awful.
Yeah, I meant the original version, because like in the verse was like, you know, I know that your powers of perception are as thick as a warthog's backside. That changed to, but thick as you are, pay attention. You know, that's the that's the difference there when it comes to the speech, because in the remake, because they just have it so
he just sounds like he's talking.
Yeah, so it just sounds like he's talking, and then like the rhythm begins to kick in, and you think that he's going to sing, but then he just continues in this fashion, and you don't hear a single thing. That's the whole thing, and then suddenly, you know, at the very end, be prepared. And that's it.
In the original Be Prepared, it had such crazy like cinematography, amazing singing. In fact, famously, such passionate singing that the VA blew his vocal cords doing it. And then you get
shout out to Jim Cummings for coming in.
And then you get to the remake, and it's just Hi guys, my name is Scar, and I am big bad. Yeah, I know you hear the music I turned on. It's okay, my little backside. Or it's like, man, you are. This is awful. This sucks. There's no passion.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but so those are the two examples. Imagine if there was auto-tune over the top of that as well. That's what this feels like. Not to mention as well, the rhyme scheme already, even though we have one line, I feel like is already off. Unless they do like unless they do an ABAB here, but I'm not holding my breath for that.
Then I'll finally earn my father's grace.
Yeah, so I guess this place in Grace is an ABB. Fine.
No,
fine.
stop doing this! Stop doing this!
I can see it now. I'll be in control.
You were building up, then you went back to the stupid techno beat. Quit doing this in my passion.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. This could have almost worked if there was like a little bit more of a verse to this, because like all we had was that one. There's like 3 lines. That's barely even a stanza. Then we get to this which seems like a chorus right now. If this had been like the swelling for the proper first verse and that was just like the intro, then sure, fine. You know, for example of that done properly is Never Easy by CG5, which starts off in a very melancholy fashion. It was like dun, 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 dee, doo, dee, doo, diddle-doo, doo, doo. And then it cuts a bit. Ding, pause. Dun 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 dun, and then like the vocals come in, and then sometimes in the chorus you hear some of those instruments you heard at the beginning in a different tempo. That can work, but in this case it seems like we've jumped the gun a little bit too much. Is it just me or is someone like pressing? You know, like how people will press like the deepest key on the piano sometimes to make.
I think it's Deep Voice Guy doing backup vocals.
Backup vocals. Oh yeah, they are. Okay. As much as I love barbershop quartets, I guess this is a nice joke.
And the villain wins it all. So pretty and foolish. Didn't anyone teach you that strangers aren't to be trusted, no matter how pretty their face?
That is why she brought like 5 people.
Yeah, also you and Face, so we got an AB again. Now let's see what they do.
So sweet and innocent. How predictable.
Okay, ABC, go.
Now I'll finally win this petty game.
Gosh darn it! This petty race! You could have rhymed that then with place! God! It was right there! Oh, this hurts. This hurts so much.
Oh, wow.
Now we're back into the My Passion musical numbers from before. Oh.
Man, it sucks because this is probably the last song in the series too. I bet you there's not going to be a surprise 3rd song.
Yeah, no, there's like 34 minutes of video and we're a minute 27, so this is probably the end. And then this again, yeah.
Awful. This is awful.
I can see it now.
Okay, a little heavy-handed there with the Satan symbolism, don't you think?
I mean, I think this is the first time we've seen the Nether in My Passion. So at the very least, they're trying to play around with like the idea of having abstract visuals and not being restricted to the background and the setting they've already chosen. That's at least a little bit more creative.
I guess. I just think it's a little bit goofy to have this awful little villain song, and then suddenly it's the implication of him being Satan himself, and it's like, oh, well. Come on now. I like how his stupid face hasn't changed this entire time, by the way.
Of course not. You know, this is the face that villains make.
One by one,
What is this? What is this? A 2000s music video? Why are things just blowing up behind him?
Cool guys don't look at explosions. But also, I wonder if they had like a blooper or something where Tyson gets like blown up or something multiple times because they could... Oh wait, I guess they can put him in creative, never mind.
I assumed with the transition, what they probably did is they just put a green screen there, but...
Yeah. Which, by the way, for barbershop quartets, in this case, well, they, you know, the usual procedure for a barbershop quartet is that one starts around here, one's further up, one's even further up, one's even further up than that. And then they, you know... And that's why the last one is used. It can be the one where it's like, oh no, suddenly that doesn't work. But in this case, they just seem to all be on the same note. Except this guy. And they've already done the joke, so it doesn't work the second time. In case they rhymed that. Oh look, it's Federico. He made it into another series.
He looks like he just stumbled into this music section. He looks so confused.
Hello, I am here to cancel another series.
No, man, this guy looks like he walked through the door casually, and then was like, what is this? Wait, what?
I am in the wrong studio. Let me find my mania.
I knew you couldn't be trusted.
See, at least he's
I had
using his
no
actual
evidence, but I guess now you've been busted.
I knew all along.
Source, trust me, bro.
Now you're messing with someone I care for.
What is this door behind him? What parking lot has a door that looks like this? And also, was he behind or in front of one?
I will put an end to this show and prove everyone wrong.
It's crazy because listening to him sing gives me actual feeling.
Yeah, it's like night and day. This is why AI can't replace us yet.
My life is unique, I'll be the one.
Life is unique, I'll be the one. Who wrote this? Do not drag Federico into this big old bottle. Did I send you the episode, like, to see what Federico was like? I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, did I do that in the end? Because I said I was going to.
But it will all be worth it when I'm done.
I was going to say when I'm gone for a second, like he's going to sacrifice himself to this process.
I can see it now, I'll be in control. One by one.
I don't like it, but I appreciate the idea of using like the CRTV cam. I think that's neat. At least on a concept.
I think they left the shot on for too long. But I like the way they did that in that for like at least the instrumental part. After it starts saying, I can see it now, like that, I would have like gone back into regular mode potentially, because now it's kind of overstaying its welcome. And it also makes me wonder if like there's a security guard somewhere that could just see all this going down and can hear the song, and it's like, I should intervene, but this is a jam. I can see it now. Just up in the control room, just like rocking their head up and down. Anyway. It doesn't work if you do the joke 3 times. You have to add layers to it.
Oh,
like
but this
someone
time...
covers his mouth, maybe, potentially, when
Oh,
he was about to do that.
They did add a layer to it. He fell the wrong way, too, that time.
Oh, I stand corrected. That makes it so much funnier.
And now they're back up. What are they...
See, now they punch him! That would have been better before that! Anyway.
Okay, he walks behind them, and then it cuts to black. Did he just kill the guy? Did he just, like, did he punch him and then go behind the group and just, like, stab him to death?
We don't accept wrong notes in my organization.
Oh.
Hi, man, you run.
Yeah, he wanted to gather up some speed or something, because he needed to get his breath back from singing.
I knew you couldn't be trusted.
Oh, look at the big, brave hero who's come to save his crush.
Alone, despite the fact that he came with 3 people himself, and Baby also ride with 4.
Right, I mean, this could have been like an army of people coming in.
Yeah, maybe this because of body actors, but then that was kind of their fault for introducing 4 security guards.
We'll handle it, you better leave.
Have fun.
I won't let you take her.
I love this, we'll handle it. It was a 4-on-1 fight before, but now it's a 1-on-1.
How long does it take to...
Get out.
Does it take to what? Do something?
Here,
Depends
go
what
get
something.
Help. Call the police.
Don't tell me what to do.
He should have called the police before, actually. He had a perfect chance.
Grab her, boys.
I guess this is where the self-defense thing comes in. That was Chekhov's sentence. And of course, then him clutching there, obviously. It's like, oh no, we were caught off surprise and we're not armed in any way. I better retreat.
What kind of villains are you? You didn't bring a gun?
Yeah, also, I think they probably know that Baby has magical powers, so do they not have anything? Did they bring their fist to a magic fight?
I love how there's all, like, the big, like, deep state theories and everything, and I like the idea that these are really who it is running the show. It's not like this big, genius, masterminded plan, it's just these buffoons.
These are the only 4 agents in the organization. Okay, how shredded is she? There's taking self-defense classes, and then there is deadlifting a person with a singular arm and throwing them across the room.
I don't know, I mean, Superman could do it.
Yes, Superman can do it. Sugar from My Passion has never been shown to have any remote, I don't know.
Well, Superman can also put his strength down. That's a weird quirk of his character.
I mean, okay, I suppose all this time we've just been seeing mild-mannered Clark Kent or something instead of what she actually was. Fine. Whatever. Also, where are all the others?
Not enough body actor. Oh, well, there they are. They're just watching this happen. I saw them behind her for a second.
I'm falling very slowly. Oh, what a world! What a world!
Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, bear in mind, last time Baby was in trouble like this, she actually was able to magic herself out of the situation. So the fact that Sugar's self-defense class exists to solve a problem that previously didn't exist.
We've been compromised. Retreat.
Yeah, super strength.
Oh.
This is when you
Maybe-
find out this wasn't an art academy this whole time. That was just the ruse. It was actually a secret haven for students with superpowers.
Xavier? Is
Yeah.
that you? No, I like the idea that that what must have happened is she was like, okay, so I need to have this conflict, but she can't just keep winning them, right? So instead, what we're going to do, instead of making more powerful and possibly a larger scoped villain, in order to keep things within this kind of scope that we built up this entire series, we have to simply nerf the main character.
Yeah, who we know in the future goes on to save 4 people from a burning building single-handedly with no magic.
Who's the girl?
Who's the girl? You know, maybe quips later for when your friend is, you know, not.
We better get her to
on
the
the floor.
hospital.
You were amazing.
Thanks. Did you do this?
No, I didn't.
By the way, saying like, you were amazing. I've set my eyes on the wrong person.
Man, and I also like how casually she asked too. She genuinely thinks he might have done this. And it's like,
Just walks up casually to compliment her on defeating his own goons.
no, it's like, oh my god, you just like knocked her out. You're about to kidnap her, do who knows what to her. And it's like, did you do this?
But you it's like, was this all you're doing? But also, you thought I was amazing. Wow.
The one that asked Baby out.
He's in the bathroom.
Whoa! What happened here?
See?
You liar!
Hey man, what's your problem?
Anthony.
Okay, I feel like I would be a little bit more, I guess, winded and also possibly like passionate if someone just punched me in the stomach like that. It's like, hey, what gives? What's going on? What's the matter with you?
This reminds me of that bit during Alan Wake where he's at the prison or whatever, or is it jail? I don't know. I think it's jail, but regardless, he sees like Emil Hartman, who up to this point, by the way, the game does a really horrible job at trying to paint him as a villain. For the entirety of the game, I still thought he was fine until I read the book and I was like, oh wow, you suck. Like there's a comic that painted him as a villain. It's like, oh, I actually, because in the fandom they're all like, oh, I hate this guy. And I'm like, I don't know, he seems all right. And I read the comic, I was like, oh wow. But because of that, it kind of adds some humor whenever they're in the jail and Emil's there, talking about like, oh hey, thanks for grabbing my 2 clients, right, Odin and Tor. And he's like, Alan, I've heard so much about you. You should really come to my lodge or whatever. And Alan just like sucker punches him in the face. And Emil's like, don't worry, I don't want to press charges. It's okay. And he's like, where's my wife?
Yeah. By the way, okay, so this comment here said Art Academy Super Heaven for Supernatural. I was actually going to pitch that as like a story idea or something, where it turns out that the reason they were looking for auditions because they were looking for something very specific that for people to like exhibit, and that's what qualified them into a position, whether it's like magical powers or superpowers or whatever. And then I realized that a school that is like secretly masquerading as something else that it actually is and requires like it's like a gated point of entry to it is literally the plot of Danger Force. So
Which, for the record, I don't know if it got better, but I didn't like Danger Force very much. Henry Danger slapped. I wasn't a huge fan of the spinoff.
I mean, sure. It feels like an Aiden point where I bring up a certain show and then someone's like, let me tell you a thing or two. No, but okay, fair. And I guess in that
longer if you so wish.
I guess in that situation, it wasn't like a full academy or something. It was just 4 people, but
yeah, it was like a tiny little class. Yeah, it wasn't like 50 people.
Yeah, so I guess if what Danger Force at a grander scale, with a couple more revisions of the script,
Leave him alone.
But he did.
Just leave, Anthony. I'll take care of baby.
Fine.
Punch him again. He's not guarding. Punch him. No, what are you
Yeah,
doing? What are
he's
you
doing the
Move
villain
away.
smirk. He's doing the villain smirk. It's the.
He knows the truth. Why would he not do it again?
Yeah.
Oh well.
What happened, Sugar?
He almost kicked
Is
her in the
baby
head.
okay?
He's about to kidnap her.
She needs to get to the hospital. I've called for an ambulance.
In fact, you can already hear the ambulance in the background because they're that quick, obviously. What a coincidence that this mall happens to be right next to a hospital.
I just hope she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, she never woke up and the show's over. The end.
Right? I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, this ended, so it's like, you know how whenever I was like, oh yeah, season 7's not gonna happen, we really had no real sign of it, and I was like, my canon is simply that the entire world ended and they failed. The end. So in this instance, we know it really won't continue, and so it's like, oh yeah, he
actually-
punched her so hard that
Actually,
she
remember
and died.
Actually, remember that there was like the Christmas special and the Frenemy episode where we find out that those ones actually took place in the future.
In My Passion or My Street?
Yes, in My Passion, there was a Christmas special and the Frenemy special that took place in the future, and we only found out about it in one of the outros where Foxy Babe comes on and says and says like, oh yeah, just a heads up, the Christmas special and this one take place in the future, so if things don't line up, that's the reason why. It's like, we're on the end card 2 videos in and you tell us this now?
That's okay, the Christmas special didn't even release around Christmas.
Okay, look, but they tried. It had enough Christmas stuff in there, including a song that was just Anthony going, "It's Christmas."
I love it. More work like this, Peter Parker.
All right, what's left. Probably another outro announcement. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Oh,
What
okay.
an amazing episode! Mimi was on the edge of her seat the whole time. Poor baby.
Okay, I do like the idea of Mimi coming in to do this part, and they've changed the song actually, so it's not just a carbon copy of Aphmau's outro at the time.
Baby Summer though. But Mimi.
That being said, I would have definitely had the instrumental for this song rather than the version with lyrics, which Epidemic Pop tends to offer both for the record.
Finally excited to announce Mimi has merch.
Can be kawaii just like Mimi? Go on, say it.
Be kawaii just like Mimi.
I was about to make the joke and then I realized, oh wait, she's gonna say it.
To leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes of My Passion. Thanks for watching. Mimi out.
I like this one, by the way. It's a nice new change. It makes this more unique than just trying to take stuff from Aphmau for the outro. That's how just a piano to a song without it being too invasive. Oh. What? Oh, okay.
Huh.
That was what they were saying before in the update, where it was like, okay, that's the merch store. She meant the literal last second. Okay. Fair enough.
Wait, show that on screen again. I want to see.
I can try, but you got to the end of the video, so it's gonna loop now. Let me just see if I can get that back.
No.
Let me go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's go to first. We don't need that part.
Okay, Foxy.
We need that part.
Foxy.life.
It's jj.foxy.life, it seems.
Yeah. Oh, that's an ARG. Jacob, we have more for this stream, bud. I hate to tell you this. We have stuff to do.
Would you like to share your screen if you're on the site?
Sure, yeah. Here.
This has probably been like sold 5 years ago, but I guess while we give like our final no, never mind. Okay, Agent J mission log.
So if
okay.
you type it in, it brings up a YouTube video, not the merch. Agent J mission log 1. You have found the secret video. By finding the secret video, you have a chance to win a My Passion Season 1 poster. Please leave in my comments below why you would like to win a My Passion poster. What do you mean why? Okay,
we just found out they existed a second ago.
What is your favorite thing about My Passion? Leave a like and subscribe. XOXO, stay Foxy. Any pinned comments? No, it's just all okay. Sure. Yeah. All right. Mission log 1. I wonder if the other mission logs exist then.
Name Agent Jason. Mission log 1. Time 1:15 a.m. Date 31st of December. Location classified. At 10 o'clock p.m. on the 30th of December, the enemy attacked on location at one of my undercover concert venues. Enemies planted a Class 5 bomb within the structure.
Oh, jeez.
There were many casualties. The mission was not a complete failure, though. I retrieved and hid the item we had been tracking, but the problem is, I can't retrieve said item. It is secure. Only someone who is close to me can access its location. The enemy believes I have been terminated, and so does my family.
No.
At present, the item is making its way to a safe location. The only thing I regret was not informing my daughters with the knowledge they needed. I will send someone I trust to give them the information at a later time. For now, I will observe from the shadows and step in when necessary. End log.
Okay, so that actually did reveal a little bit of lore there. Wait, so their father was like a secret agent, Agent J then. And
so
they're all under the belief that he's been killed, maybe in like the line of duty or something like that.
I actually don't like that reveal because it kind of takes away from the whole grief of this situation, where it kind of gives them like a cop out for later if they wanted to reveal that dad was alive. Because like yeah, of course, like, you know, the idea of like dead parent cliche, you know, a tale as old as Disney, but but I mean that it's still something that happens. It's something that, you know, clearly was a huge part of Baby's character at this point. Was, you know, her grief and her connection to her father, and now, yeah, that actually, yeah, I wish we hadn't found this, quite frankly. That being said, Agent J probably was good that you didn't tell your daughters about this, because I mean, what they've done with that information.
I mean, we haven't seen a dead body yet. Yeah, we had to see a corpse.
Except for, well, we could have seen babies if it weren't for the episodes taking place in the future.
Sure.
And because of those episodes, we know they didn't resolve this because the daughters still live in blissful ignorance about this matter. That being said, also, I guess this is 31st of December, so... Oh, wait, no, never mind, because... wait a minute. I think they said that he, like... I don't think he died... I think it died on Christmas, or maybe, like, slightly before that, so... Yeah, I suppose that's why it's 31st, because it's, like, a little bit... It's a week afterwards. But okay, I guess.
What a weird thing to find. I wasn't expecting this at the end of the My Passion review. Also, the tone shifted dramatically, by the way.
That being said, also, like, this log at the end was just saying, like, you know, we'll update you with more information. So there's nothing to solve. It's not even ARG. It's just because there's nothing to decipher anything unless we like missed something. But I don't think we did. Replaced with Afmat. Afmat's dad was agent with working with a warlock. See, that's the thing. But at least Afmat in that situation knew that her dad was out there somewhere. It was a different form of you know, dealing with different form of daddy issues, I guess. But to phrase it in some way. But at least that was at least that there was an actual mystery there. Rather than just a case of like, oh yeah, we're gonna last minute reveal. Okay, here we are. I guess because the agents came in, there was possibly gonna be more logs at the end of the other episodes of My Passion.
Right, that's the thing. I expect that there was gonna be more in the form of puzzles and stuff, but we just never got there because there wasn't more episodes released. Which is what I wonder if the other episodes are out, like the other logs are out then.
Yeah. Wait, BB, how many views? How many views did that video have? Just out of interest.
Hold on, wait.
Press Control Shift T will open up the previous tab you just closed down.
Already there. It has 207.
So only 200 and I guess 8 people have or however many people watch this VOD are aware of that video's existence.
Sorry, 217.
Still, okay, fine. So yeah, out of the Foxy Sisters' entire fan base, yeah, it was barely. Which also shows how the end cards are practically useless now, and that's why they're being discontinued by a lot of YouTubers who used to use them a lot, myself included. It's because the people will just click off. That's been noticed now with the way that watch time works and viewer retention. So, yeah, I guess that is the ideal place to hide stuff, is after an end card that no one's going to click on.
Yeah, I mean, because like Date Disaster says it has 26,411 views. And I'm sure, obviously, because there's a longer period of time, so obviously shrink that. But that's still 217. Still isn't a lot out of that.
No, absolutely not.
I wonder. I doubt it. I doubt it. But can I see? Just out of curiosity. When did this come out? It was February 27, 2020. Oh, never mind. Okay. I went to go see Wayback Machine to see if anyone had anything there, but no.
Okay, fair enough. Also, a comment from Foxy just says, like, we are back and better than ever. Did you watch until the very end? So,
I did.
That's edited, by the way, so that might have been added later to be like, did someone see this? Anyone? Also, someone says this is like the normal modern musical version of My Street now. So, yeah, well, I mean, it has like elevated itself at this point to, I guess, on a technical level, closer to like at least early My Streets. Not quite there. There's still a couple of like awkward zooms in places, or at times where I think like the camera could have cut in different ways, or rather than holding a particular shot. But whatever. It wasn't never going to be, I guess, like a huge jump. You only get the Guardians ever so often. There's a very rare exception in some cases. Do you think of the outro song in the description? I really liked it. Same here, because I like the fact that they chose one for themselves rather than just stuck to just the Half-Hour one. This seems like now they got into like the double digits as far as episode numbers go. This is also like a good chance they could have used to elevate things like mid-season territory. If they were going to do 20 episodes. I don't know if they were, actually. No idea.
Well, they made a whole, like, I don't really know how that works, because that was a whole other website that redirected to this. So.
Also,
do you have to pay for like a website domain if it's just a redirect?
Technically, if you use like a web like a web domain of something that's like, well, there's like website hosting services, then no. But if it's a custom domain, then yes. But usually like website domains, they can, again, they can cost thousands depending. But if it's like like jj.foxy, something like that, then no one's going to think to have that before. Then yeah, you can just usually get that for dirt cheap. It was just as well, because apparently it says that there's a list of the team has been removed now, put onto their other website because it has over 50 members. Apparently, I was not aware that this series had that many people involved in it.
Well, then where did all the other women go?
Well, yeah, they said they didn't have that many body actors, so I guess maybe there's some people like build the sets, or I guess someone to operate the camera now, because they seem to have got that under control. But yeah, I'm surprised by that sheer volume. Surprising. But anyway, oh, hold on. KW just tell me to look at DMs. Let me just check to see if
yeah, did you ever tell KW about what we were talking about earlier today?
I know, I'm surprised you're not even in the T group chat. Oh,
because if not, this might be.
Oh no, actually, Actually, no. Could ever just send me a video that actually it's the same one that Emily sent in that group chat. We should add Kiddo to that group chat. Actually.
Yeah, that's super old news at this point, KW. We just don't care enough to talk about it.
Okay, by old news we mean like this morning we were talking about it.
Yeah, we just didn't care enough to bring it up. It's not that important, man.
Oh my goodness.
KW, calm down, man. Just chill out there. You're still saying look, it's just a delay. We saw it. We don't care.
That's not even the first video that was dedicated to this cause, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another one that we didn't address, but I also downloaded just in case it got like archived. Anyway, so to conclude, well, I guess not really conclude. I guess we have the musical full version thing now, but the end of my passion, yeah, it seemed like I thought to myself that there's something going to be unresolved at the end, because of course they were not planning to end it here. I didn't realize they were going to do so many new things right in the very end, which is, I guess, unfortunate timing. I thought it was going to be a case of like, okay, we're going to get a cliffhanger to do with, I guess, something to do with like I don't know, Anthony's jealousy over Tyson, or maybe part of the actual Minecraft musical that was supposed to be the running plot point before agents started to show up.
Yeah, we were clearly gonna get something about Agent J.
Yeah, which bear in mind also, like it kind of like from what it seemed like that Baby was in danger mostly from like people seem to be like after her supernatural abilities or something. Like, is that and I don't know if that's tied to the whole Agent J stuff, because it seemed like her grandmother being a witch was like a grandmother on her mother's side, not her father's side. So there's a danger of running into like the Xavier problem in Falcon University, where that was the point where things just jumped the shark, and the series didn't quite recover from that point onwards, and left a sour taste in people's mouths when I think of Falcon University as a whole afterwards.
My assumption is that it was going to be like an SCP sort of angle, whereas like a shadow government that like either researched or experimented on like powered individuals.
Oh sure, no. What I mean is that might have like cluttered the story that we had thus far, because there's already so many things that were left open ended.
Oh sure.
Yeah. Did you say you recognized who was singing the outro song? No, I just said that it sounds like another Epidemic Pop sound of that song, because that's obviously where Afma gets her stuff from. So that's probably where they got the same Afma song that they used for the outro until this point, and it has a similar vibe to it. Probably on purpose, because, again, thanks to the mark that Afma's left on Minecraft roleplays, a lot of roleplays will, pay homage to some aspects of that, whether it's the same songs or something that is fairly similar. Not that I'm exempt from that. I went to Epidemic Sounds to find the first theme song for the Mutant Girl. That's where I found Lifeline, actually. But yeah. And like ultimately, I know people are going to say, speaking of Afmao references, a lot of people are going to say that Mimi was on the money about Tyson, and so was Anthony. The problem in this case is they both had other reasons to distrust him rather than just like him showing up there, because like beforehand, yeah, like the other guy who was interested in Baby, whose name I've forgotten now, they seemed to like be fine with each other, and there was after one conversation and no one seemed to bat an eye. It was only after people said like, oh, I don't trust Tyson for XYZ reasons, or Mimi doesn't ship it because it's not Baby Summer and Anthony Kuhn or whatever.
Right. I wanted to bring that up earlier, but I couldn't figure out like a good spot. But like, is the idea of Mimi going, I don't ship it, like, obviously I guess she was correct to distrust him. But were we supposed to view that as her? In no world did that seem like she should have been correct. Like, that is not a normal thing.
The thing is that
like
as the audience, we already knew, because in episode 10 there was like a cliffhanger to do with like Tyson specifically and how he seemed to be like up to something. So we already knew that stuff was not going to go well, even though those episodes called Date Disaster. But yeah, from the perspective of like everyone else, there was no reason that they would have to be like, oh yeah, I guess this guy who seems to have, for all intents and purposes, be like a normal person who just asked a girl out like anyone else would, and then boom. I
just think the idea of like Oh, dang it. I just think the idea of like, oh, you should have listened to Mimi because she was right, and you know her ships, she knows what's up, and it's like, I don't know if anyone should have listened to Mimi there. This is a little bit. I don't know. It just feels wrong.
Yeah, and then again, even Anthony, because he just like, you know, I don't like this guy. I mean, yeah, they said before it was kids like, oh, you know, you're just jealous because you know he's on a date with your pretty pink princess and you're not, which might have been partially true, but again, there was nothing else beyond that, so it probably was the you know his jealousy and him hoping that something was happening, and then he realized like, ah, yes, I knew it. Yeah, but based on what, you know, error not found or whatever. No song just about it. Just download Shazam and like play the video or something. I don't know. I'm sure if you like look up one of the lyrics that you hear in it, then it'll probably come up somewhere on YouTube. Epidemic Pop, most likely. As for the songs, we had one of the best songs in the whole series, possibly the best, immediately followed by one of the worst songs, possibly the worst. As you know, it's not the worst. We have had far, far worse songs in My Passion, but it was still bad.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm having flashbacks to the rap song.
But yeah,
it wasn't great.
It's Halloween night one. I have a soft spot for that one really because like of.
This is where if this were an edited video, you would have been like possibly the worst, and then you get like a transition to the rap. It's like, it's like, and then you go back and it's like, yep, that's it.
I don't think you remember the "It's Christmas" song that the boys sang in the middle of a sled that was just a green screen.
No, I don't.
When we do the full like the just music numbers ones, that one's gonna be a good one. I guess that's Alonso just trying to ruin the day because you grudge the other guy. Yes. Yeah, precisely. And this is the difference between, you know, Kawaii-chan's clones and Kawaii-chan herself. Because even though Kawaii-chan, you know, was very keen on one particular pairing for Aphmau, she was never going to interfere with Aphmau's happiness. Like, she'd be sad about it for a bit if she ended up with, I don't know, like Gareth or Lawrence or, you know, whatever. But
I still think
she would have respected.
Gareth would have been great.
Fantastic, but she still would have respected Aphmau's decision at that point. She would eventually, like, if anything, that could actually been like a different idea. If she happened to ship a different person, then realized that Aphmau chose somebody else, then she could have also acted as like an audience mouthpiece of, you know, the whole betrayal situation that happened around this time in season 2 of Divers anyway. But you know, alternate realities or whatever. In the case of Aaron, she got it right. I mean, sure, fair, but could have gone either way. But I guess we can never see that scenario. People don't interpret it that way. But the fact is, you know, Kawaii-chan, even though she doesn't look it, she is actually a mature woman. Not mature woman. She's fully grown, is what I meant to say. So she at least has that amount of self-awareness. And when she tries to sabotage people is when they're also trying to sink the ship. So when they're actively getting in the way of Aphmau making that choice or trying to sway things in their favor, that's when she intervenes. Or Celestia does, one or the other. And there's the subtle difference between actual Kawaii-chan and the Kawaii-chan clones that did not get the memo. But yeah, and then of course, I get the real shock of the shock. I was gonna say the real shock was Sugar, you know, and her self-defense, being able to take on trained professionals potentially all by herself, you know, Brittany Matthews style. But no, the real surprise was who on earth were Kaylee and Lola. Again, does anyone, before we cut this stream, does anyone remember Kaylee and Lola from anything that we have seen thus far?
No.
Like,
were they in the Christmas special? Were they ever invited to Christmas?
Yeah, they could have been in the future ones, but even then, I don't know. It's like,
which of course, if that's the only time they ever showed up, would make that even funnier. The idea that they never showed up, but because from our perspective, we would have seen them, but from an in-universe perspective, it's like, hey, here's just these random two ladies over here for Christmas as well. They're like big close, and it's like they just showed up one day.
There was a joke in Pitch Perfect where they cut to like Jessica and somebody else, and they say like, you've been like been involved. It's like you haven't been here for rehearsals at all. And then they go like, what are you talking about? We've literally been here the entire time. That's the first time we hear those characters speak, and the first time the camera's been like on them, but you do see them in the background office. That's like their joke. It's like, yeah, they have been there the whole time. They just haven't contributed. In this case, no, that's not what happened. They were looking up with Katie. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's the series. Going into this was always a series of ambition. The ambition to create the world's first Minecraft musical, and they succeeded in that, and they kept it up consistently for good part of a year and a half.
I would say even hitting double digits is kind of crazy.
This is true, yeah. With like original songs and whatever. Again, as somebody who has tried that for a Gacha musical and has not succeeded yet, yeah, that is as much as I can play about music for using pre-existing songs or faffs are just not trying. This one at least has the leg up of trying to be more original. They just happen to not be good at it, but they at least made the attempt. There was at least a sense of at least behind the scenes passion, even if it didn't reflect in the end product so much. So I can appreciate it on that regard. But yeah, it's a shame that it starts to fix a lot of its glaring issues towards the end. And those glaring issues did not, unfortunately, include the writing, because it does seem like they're just going, just going by the seat of their pants and then seeing what happens and then not realizing they have to tie stuff up afterwards. Maybe they were going for a clean 35, because it does seem like they would have taken a while otherwise. But yeah, at least towards the end, they promised improvements. We got that, and now it actually feels somewhat saddening that this show didn't continue, because there was some evidence that there was some evidence of trying. Like 50 members in one group. I did not even realize that. I felt like this whole time they were just making it like mostly between like the three of them and some other people for VAs, and that was it. So I don't know when they got all the 50 members, but yeah, I can see why that'd be difficult to maintain and step up for. Just goes to show, I suppose. But I guess the ultimate tragedy, apart from the behind the scenes stuff, was the in front of the scenes, where the execution ended up disappointing the end product. But hey, leaves the gap open for somebody else to try Minecraft musical sometime and learn from those mistakes. Will we? All right, Jacob, you're up. When's it releasing? Yeah, I was about to say that someone may or may not be me.
When does that come out?
Much like Baby, I need to actually write something first, because I have no idea what to do for that right now. But we'll I'll think of something. If anyone has any ideas, of course, of something, then it doesn't have to be performing arts school. It can be like a different thing entirely. But yeah, let me know. I will continue to experiment with BandLab and get the Quest of the Rising Sun theme song to a good degree, and then we'll see where we go from there. But for now, I suppose, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already. Well, sorry, hit the subscribe button